Yo, boys. So, we got a bunch of new leaks on Zzz 1.4 general, right? About Harumasa, Miyabi, gears, events, and a bunch of other things. So, without further ado, let's just talk about it, right? So, Zzz 1.4 beta new drive disks, right? So, apparently, you're getting true disks like usual. Apparently, Zzz is going to do one patch without disks, one patch with true disks, one patch without disks, one patch with two disks. I don't know if there's going to be normalized. I don't know if this is going to be happening constantly, but that's how they've been doing it until now, right? That's why 1.2 and 1.4 got new discs. So apparently, you're going to get the silent listening melody and the broken branch sword song, right? Two-piece effect of the first one is this increasing attack by 10%. Pretty usual, just like the normal attack set, right? But the four-piece is a little different. When any team member enters the field through a quick assist, the entire team gains one layer of melody. They stack it up to 3 layers and lasting for X seconds. Repeated triggers refresh the duration, and each layer of melody increases the damage dealt by characters entering through quick assist by 8%. This effect is unique to the team. So basically doesn't interfere with other types of buffs, probably. Right? And this one, which is the one that I am particularly interested about, which is the Miyabi discs, basically, right, is the Broken Branch Sword Song. The two-piece effect, again, just increase attack by 10%, but the four-piece set effect is a little bit interesting, to say the least, right? When an anomaly mastery is greater than or equal to 115 points, which is basically having the 6 slots anomaly mastery, pretty sure. Don't remember if normal anomaly characters have 115 level 60. I don't think so. But well, whatever. When an anomaly mastery is greater than or equal to 115 points, the wearer crit damage is increased by 25%. Sorry. When any team member applies freeze or triggers shatter on an enemy, the wearer's attack is increased by 15% for 15 seconds. And in case you guys don't know, this works pretty well with the way that Miyabi rotates, right? The fact that she gains extra crit damage by having anomaly is pretty good because Miyabi is going to deal both anomaly damage and crit damage, right? So she's a little bit of a hybrid, but this buff overall of just playing attack percent for 15 seconds, right? 15 for 15. This is also huge, right? Because you guys know when you do the shatter, you allow the enemy to take more crit damage, right? So this is going to be probably, I think everyone can agree with this, is just probably going to be the best set for Miyabi, right? Just straight up attack increase, right? Crit increase and more attack increase. Attack increase is great because it counts for crit, counts for anomaly, counts for everything, right? So a character that is a little bit of a hybrid, right? That is taking advantage of both anomaly and crit is going to love just having flat out fucking attack buffs, right? Because then you can scale that out of crit, you can scale that out of anomaly, and you get an overall blanket increase of damage, right? So super good for Miyabi, right? I wonder how well this one is gonna maybe work, right? If you're just gonna give this set to maybe a support that likes getting attack buffs, maybe like Lucy, or if this is really just gonna be the Harumasa set piece, right? The silent listening melody. I haven't really put in a lot of thought on it, to be completely fair, but I mean, there it is. If you guys wanted to know, right? So Harumasa did get a couple of changes though, right? The crit rate of his dash attack is now increased by 24%, which is a fucking absurd amount of crit rate for the dash attack. And when he does his dash attack and he hits an enemy dealing a crit hit, they gain 1 layer of edge, stacking up to 6 layers. Each layer of edge, basically each stack, will also increase the crit damage of the dash by 16%. And when Harumasa exits his awakening state, the edge effects end. So basically, no, not edging, chat, okay? Listen, we're not Kumar Gunner here, right? It's a guy, like, who the fuck cares about gooning for him, right? No one cares. Just with you and Chad and maybe Amy. But point is that this is pretty good because you guys maybe don't know that, but if you guys have taking a look at his kit, he is absurdly based on how his dash attack works, specifically when his dash attack crits, right? So seeing those changes, right, and all these systems to increase the potential of his dash attack is going to allow Homeboy to shine a lot more, right? A lot more. But then we also got a change in his additional ability too. As you guys can see, it activates if you have either a stunner or an anomaly character, which is pretty interesting. It's unique to him, right? Activating his ability by having a stunner or an anomaly character, not even someone from his faction, not even someone from his element, right? It is literally a stunner or an anomaly, which is great because it basically means you're going to be able to play him with every fucking team on the planet, right? When Harumasa attacks hits an enemy in a stunned state or suffering from an anomaly, Harumasa damage is increased by 35%. When Harumasa fires his falling feather and hits an enemy, which is his EX, right? He just shoot some arrows in the sky, and then there's like some arrow rings, crazy shit, super cool. And it hits an enemy in a stunned anomaly state. It will also apply 2 electric PePezin effects to the enemy, which, if I'm not wrong, basically means that you're getting more traps applied to the enemy, right? Because if you guys don't know, Harumasa has a system where while you're attacking the enemies, you kind of accumulate some stacks on enemies, and then whenever you do a dash attack, the dash attack crits, you basically trigger a bunch of traps with your arrow just go like ping, 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 hitting on the traps, and each trap triggers even more electric damage, right? So he's a character that's going to take a lot of advantage of not only creating on his dash and getting his damage of his dash increased, but also going to take a lot of advantage to see the enemy in a weakened state, be it by being stunned or suffering from freeze, shock, burning, whatever it is, right? So again, a pretty fucking flexible character. And if you guys know what I'm going to show next, y'all know why he's going to be such a flexible character, right? He's flexible because of this, right? There's apparently already an event on the 1.4 beta, which is called Where the Stars Shine. And after you complete a 15-question quiz, I guess, you're just gonna get Harumasa in your mailbox. So after all those humors that we've been hearing, right, all those bird shippings were actually right. In the end of the day, we are getting Harumasa for free in 1.4, right? And as y'all can see, this is just the context of it, right? Email name Where the Stars Shine, dispatch rewards, standard by HIA, and the content is thank you for your support of the linked promotional campaign. The completion of the commission has been confirmed. Please check the reward materials, right? It's just probably a lore to why we're getting him, basically, right? But yeah, this is also interesting. If you guys are new players, if you guys are worried about, but will I have to rush all the game to get Harumasa for free? No. In 1.4, they're going to do that same system that HSR has. I think Genshin has too, right? A bunch of gachas are now using the system, which basically means that if you want to do certain events, you can just skip through that event to that event, right? So you don't really have to complete chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, do fucking 5 backflips, pull 300 characters, have level 50 on the account, right? Clear the tower, do whatever. No, you just go there, open your game, click the button to skip through the event, just claim your Harumasa, and you chill, right? No need to hurry, no need to do FOMO. You just go there and basically claim it, which is pretty fucking good for every player, right? Let's be honest here. It's just good. But now we're going to talk a little bit about weapons, right? Specifically about the passives of the weapons, right? I'm going to talk about Harumasa first because I want to talk a little bit more about Miyabi's, right? So Harumasa's signatures, the crippled heart increases crit rate by 10%, normal shit, right? And then the dash attack boosts the elemental damage, of course the electric elemental damage, by 40%. When an ally inflicts an anomaly on an enemy or stuns them, the yielder crit rate is increased by 10 more percent for 12 seconds, right? Which again, what does this do? This just allows Harumasa to have an easier time, right? To have a smoother gameplay, to be able to always crit on his dash attack and crit hard on his dash attack, allowing him to take advantage of the trap mechanic, right? And just dealing that absurd burst damage in that window when he's doing the dash attack, hitting the crit. Then the arrows is just ping, 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 ping in other traps, and then doing a fucking nuke of electric damage on the enemy. Pretty fucking good W engine. That being said, he gains crit rate and crit damage from so many parts of his kit that I would argue he maybe doesn't really need it. It is going to be good, don't get me wrong. It is a good W engine, right? I just don't think this is needed for Homeboy, right? Because he already gets crit rate from his additional ability, crit rate from his core passive, right? If the enemy is stunned or suffering anomaly, he already gains more crit rate, right? Then, as he's a DPS, everyone, like a normal traditional DPS, everyone's going to build crit rate and crit damage on him anyways. So I don't feel like it is that important. Sure, the 40% extra electric damage on the dash attack, don't get me wrong, it is pretty fucking good. But still, I don't feel like it's going to be mandatory at all, right? At all. But yeah, the Miyabi's one though, this is where I wanna talk, right? Because a lot of people are worried, oh my god, will Miyabi W engine be so good? Will I have to swipe for Miyabi's W engine? Am I fucked? Am I not? Is Miyabi gonna drain all my pulls? What is Hoyo doing? What about 1.5? I'm gonna get fucked. What the hell's going on? Why did they drip marketed Miyabi later? Is it because they want to dry us from every pull so they can then release certain characters and we have to swipe? What the hell's going on? So let's talk a little bit about it, right? So Miyabi's signature, the Frostfall Starlight Hall, right? Increases the crit ice damage by 48%. And when using her EX special attack, or when an ally inflicts anomaly on an enemy, the yielder's ice damage is boosted by another 20% and can be increased by 2 times, right? So basically, you use another anomaly character, let's say, and you gain 1 stack, then you get Miyabi into the field, use her EX, already 40% extra ice damage, that easy, right? Each stack lasts for 15 seconds, and each stack duration is calculated separately, right? So you can't just be abusing it to refresh, right? You gotta be a little bit more calculated to account to those stacks. That being said, it is a 15-second stack. Miyabi is a little bit of a bursty character, so I feel like that's completely fine, to be honest. You're just going to trigger these normally with your gameplay. But I kind of want to compare this with the A rank W engine, so the 4-star W engine that we're also getting 1.4, and it seems like a pretty good substitute for Miyabi's signature, and I don't really see a lot of people talking about it, and I feel like it is really fucking important, right? Which is this new A rank engine, right? This is R5 already, just so y'all know, right? But it is an A rank, so a lot of people are probably going to get it at R5 eventually. And it is the Strong Voice Eagerness, right? Base attack 595, which is a little bit lower than Miyabi's, which is 700 something. And the crit rate, though, that it gives you, it is the same as the normal Miyabi weapon's going to give. Not this effect, right? The flat stat that it gives, right, is 24 crit rate as well. So if you're just talking about the stats itself, it is already a pretty good replacement, taking in mind that it is R5, but it is already a pretty good replacement for Miyabi's signature engine. It will, of course, depend on how we get those. If it is just a new gacha W engine, if we're going to get a couple copies from an event, if it is craftable, how the hell are we going to obtain it, right? But this is the effect itself, and then you guys can compare with her signature to think it is worth it or not, right? So basically, when you do an EX or a chain attack and it hits an enemy, the wearer attacks increases by 9.6, basically 10% for 8 seconds. So half the duration of her signature, right? When the target is in an anomaly status, so basically someone triggered anomaly on him, it doesn't have to be Miyabi herself or whoever the hell is using this weapon, the buff increases their attack by another 9.6%. So basically another 10%, right? Being an overall increase of 20% of damage, right? And if we compare it here, right, y'all can see that, for example, when an enemy is inflicted on an anomaly, it does boost their ice damage for 20%. So you could argue that technically this weapon is going to give you half the buff that this weapon gives you, right? Because this one can give you up to 40% of increased ice damage. And if you're using Miyabi, it doesn't matter if it's ice damage or overall damage. everything's basically going to be ice damage. Oh, but the first 3 attacks of Miyabi is going to be physical. The 2 first attacks of Miyabi is going to be physical. Yeah, but no one cares about them. Let's be honest here, right? Most of her damage is going to come on EX and hold basic attack or ult. So who the fuck cares about the 2 physical attacks of her, right? The thing is, though, you gotta remember that this weapon also does increase the crit ice damage by 48%, right? So not only this one gives twice the amount of ice damage, but and also the stacks last twice as long, but it also does increase the crit ice damage by fucking 50%. So I am happy that they are doing a 4-star weapon, right? A 4-star W engine that is able to at least work well with Miyabi, right? Because basically, in my opinion, no other anomaly W engine would just work on her. Basically, that's my POV at least. Because the fact Miyabi's hybrid, she wants a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit damage, a little bit of anomaly damage, and everything in between, right? Makes it really hard to give her a proper 4-star engine. So having this one is going to help out a lot. But I do feel like this weapon is a lot more broken than, for example, Harumasa's weapon. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the math is going to play it out differently. I am literally just theory crafting and playing as it goes here live with y'all. But I feel like Miyabi's W engine is really something special. Remember though, this W engine is going to be really, really niche, right? Because it buffs only ice, and it is an anomaly weapon that buffs crit ice. So remember this isn't really the type of weapon that you're going to use in a lot of characters. I am probably going to get it though, because I'm a fucking anomaly bitch, and I really want to put my Miyabi in a good position, right? I really want to build her well. Just like my Jane has her weapon, Yanagi has her weapon, right? I love the anomaly playstyle, the anomaly characters, so I will probably pull for this. But take that in consideration. This weapon specifically is really going to be super duper duper ultra mega blaster pro max specific for Miyabi, right? So you guys will at least have a 4-star A rank option, right? But yeah, what do you guys think of all these things, right? What do you guys think of the discs, right? What do you guys think of the Harumasa's changes, right? What do you guys think of the fact we're getting Harumasa for free? I feel like everyone thinks that's fucking good and are happy, right? Unless you guys are fucking insane and say, no, but I don't like when everyone gets the characters for free. I actually like spending and I want to give the company my money. I mean, if you're that guy, just fuck you, right? Happy that everyone's getting a character for free. Let's be fucking honest here, right? Especially as a guy who's probably not going to sell well. Might as well give it for free. Everyone's happy. Everyone's going to suck for his dick. And yeah, and I'm happy for it, right? I love, give me more free things. Listen, Hoyo, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy, right? And then, what do you guys think of these signatures and about this 4-star W engine, right? Harumasa is on drugs with all these buffs. Yes, he is. Harumasa have more crit only with buffs and weapons than my Jane in total. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yanagi was for a pull sucker. Just swipe on Miyabi. Yes, Yanagi is Mihoyo succubus on ZZZ. 100%. I'll put that on Billy, just increase the crit rate. What, this one? That's crazy. So Miyabi's weapon is designed for Miyabi itself because ice and A rank is almost the same, but everyone, yes. Basically, this weapon is going to be great for any anomaly character that it is able to also take advantage of crit, right? Maybe you want to be a hyper carry with an anomaly character. Maybe in the future, the ether anomaly or future physical, fire, shock, or any other future anomaly that's gonna come really down the line will also be hybrid anomaly, kind of like Miyabi is, and also take advantage of crit. Then this weapon is also going to be super duper good for them. Yeah? But yeah, boys, that was pretty much it. Tell me what the fuck do you guys think of those changes, about those news, about the discs specifically, right? And the signatures weapons, and this A rank weapon too, right? Don't forget to leave it down in the comments. What do you guys think of everything? If you guys like it, dislike it. If you guys are happy, upset, you guys wanted more, you guys wanted less, you guys preferred something different. Are you guys excited for Miyabi? Are you guys excited for Harumasa? Are you guys pulling for the weapons? Are you guys keeping the shit? What do you guys think? Also, Don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my Twitch. I do stream every day on both Twitch and YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye bye.